The frontman is one of the most interesting characters in Squid Game. However, much of his story remains a mystery. That's why today, on CharlieTales, I've gathered all the valuable information about the character and will share it with you in chronological order. Today, we will learn the complete life story of the frontman, from his childhood to the events of the series. We will also analyze how he went from being a good man to becoming the villain he is today. Ready? Let's begin. The real name of the frontman is Hwang In-ho. He was born on February 2nd, 1976, which means that by the first season of the series, he is already 44 years old. We know this because, in Season 1, his file from when he participated in Squid Game was shown. Here, his date of birth appears along with other data. The series doesn't tell us much about his childhood. However, we know he was adopted by the policeman's mother. In episode 2 of the new season, she says she is not his biological mother. The frontman's family consists only of his mother and his stepbrother. There is no information about the father of this family, as he does not appear in any photos. We can infer that the frontman had a good childhood since he grew up to be an upright man and studied to become a policeman. It's important to remember that he wasn't always evil. Something changed him along the way. During his childhood, he participated in many children's games, typical of Korea. We know this because, according to his file, he won Squid Game in 2015. Logically, the frontman must have had experience in these games to win them. But let's continue with the chronology. In 1995, the frontman graduated from high school like any other teenager in Korea. After that, he joined the police academy. By 1999, he graduated and officially became a policeman at the age of 23. The series tells us that he was a good policeman, just like his brother. He was always respectful of the law and had a strong sense of morality. According to his records, he quickly rose through the ranks in the police force. First, he worked at his local police station, then at the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency, and finally at the National Police Agency. He had a brilliant career. He even met a good woman, married her, and planned to have a family. His life was going well, but at an unknown date, his brother fell seriously ill. The only way to save his life was for the frontman to donate his kidney. He did so, and it seemed like everything would be fine. Sometime later, his wife became pregnant, but unfortunately also fell gravely ill. The frontman had no way to pay for her treatment, and looked for many ways to get money. One option was to sell his kidney, but this was impossible, as he had already given it to his brother in the past. This caused resentment between the brothers. Things became even more complicated when the frontman was fired from the police force. This happened due to an unfortunate misunderstanding. The frontman found a contact who was going to lend him money, but his colleagues betrayed him by speaking to his superiors and accusing him of taking a bribe. This caused the frontman to lose his job. Shortly afterward, his wife and baby passed away. This broke the frontman's mind. He became disillusioned with the world and people. From then on, the good part of his heart disappeared, leaving only darkness. Due to the medical expenses for his wife, the frontman ended up in debt and unemployed. This led to his selection for Squid Game in 2015. There are no details about how that edition of the games went, but we know he won and took all the money. Surprisingly, the frontman didn't use the money to live a good life with his family. Instead, he joined the Squid Game organization. The creator of the games, the elderly Il-nam, saw something in the frontman. He immediately recognized that he was special. Because of the tragedy with his wife, he had already become ruthless. But his participation in the games fully turned him into someone evil. The frontman developed a great disdain for poor and unfortunate people because they reminded him of his sad past. For this reason, he decided to stay and work in the organization, starting in 2015. Despite everything, he did not abandon his family and kept in touch with them. However, he never told them what had happened in the games. We move to the year 2020. The first season of the series takes place at this point in time. Here, an important change occurs. The frontman disappears from the city and no longer contacts his family. We know this because his policeman brother starts looking for him at this point. The policeman says that his brother stopped answering calls and no one knows where he is. When he checks his apartment, he is told that he left recently and his belongings are still there. It's most likely that in 2020, for the first time, the frontman assumed full leadership of the games, which is why he disappeared. It's implied that the elderly Il-nam was in charge of many responsibilities on the island, but this year, he fell gravely ill and left everything in the frontman's hands. This allowed the elderly man to participate in the games as a final wish before dying. The frontman's new responsibilities caused him to abandon his normal life, raising alarms with his brother. At the end of the 2020 games, the frontman encounters his brother and reveals his identity. Despite everything, the frontman still has some goodness, as he tries to extend his hand and invite his brother to join him. However, the policeman refuses, so the frontman is forced to shoot him. Here, a key event occurs. The frontman shoots his brother in the shoulder to save him and get him off the island. Not only that, but he also hires a boat captain to rescue him and bring him safely home. The frontman also orders the captain to assist his brother in the following years. Together they search for the Squid Game island, but never find it. This is part of the frontman's plan to protect his brother. As long as the boat captain stays with the policeman, he will never find the island and will remain safe. We move to season 2 of the series. This takes place in 2023, 3 years after the last games. The frontman has continued his mission as the absolute leader of the games, but everything changes when Gi-hun starts looking for him. They have an encounter in a limousine, where a philosophical confrontation arises between the two. Gi-hun is a good man who only sees the best in people. On the other hand, the frontman only sees the darkness in humanity. He believes everyone is evil. Gi-hun agrees to enter the games to prove to the frontman that people don't work the way he thinks. Meanwhile, the frontman allows him to participate because it will be entertaining for the audience. However, the most important thing for the frontman is to destroy Gi-hun's philosophy. He wants to humiliate him in the games and show him that all people are evil. To achieve his goal, the frontman infiltrates the games as player Suryoro 1. From there, he can watch Gi-hun to ensure he doesn't do anything to ruin the competition, and at the same time, he can manipulate him. The frontman's main goal is to prove to Gi-hun that all people can be evil. Initially, he fails because Gi-hun is good and tries to help everyone. Despite the games being bloody, Gi-hun attempts to save the players. However, at the end of the season, this changes. Gi-hun devises a plan to ambush the guards, but to do so, he must sacrifice his own teammates. At this point, the frontman is happy because Gi-hun has finally succumbed to darkness, proving that everyone can be evil when necessary. The frontman ends the season by killing Gi-hun's friend in front of him. He does this to show him that his heroism is meaningless. The frontman despises Gi-hun's kind ideas and wanted to hurt him where it hurts the most. The frontman is a character obsessed with the games and loves to demonstrate his ideals through them. We've already seen this in the series, with characters like the elderly Il-nam or the recruiter. Both challenged Gi-hun to participate in games, but Gi-hun defeated them. With the frontman, everything is more difficult. For now, he is winning, and it will be very challenging for Gi-hun to overcome him. We'll have to wait to see the final result. This was the entire chronology of the frontman up to season 2. I'll probably update this video when the final season is released. That's all for today. If you liked the video, you'd really help me out by leaving a like. That would be legendary. Also, remember to subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks for listening. My name is Charlie, and I'll see you in the future.